This might seem like a crazy question. Of course, free is great, right? Why wouldn't I find, if there's the internet is full of great information, great content. Why wouldn't I just go find some free recipes for my business?
If you want to get high, let's meditate. And I love my life.
Hey guys, Andrew McFarlane here from StartAJuiceBar.com. Hope you're having an amazing day. I wanted to create this video about finding free recipes online for your juice bar business. Is this a good idea? Before I get into that, I just wanted to quickly mention, for those of you who are new to the channel, for almost the last decade I have been running my own juice bar businesses and supporting people like yourself start their businesses from start to finish. So if you're new to the channel, there's a lot of really great content that will help you launch your juice bar business. So diving right in, is finding free recipes online for your business a good idea? Now, this might seem like a crazy question. Of course, free is great, right? Why wouldn't I find, if there's the internet is full of great information, great content. Why wouldn't I just go find some free recipes for my business, as opposed to either hiring someone to create these recipes or spending a lot of time and a lot of energy creating these recipes? Because it's not the easiest thing to do. It's very time consuming, and it's very meticulous. It takes a lot of attention to detail. So why wouldn't I just go find free recipes online? Well, it's not a good idea from my perspective, and I'm going to share why, okay? The first reason is because a lot of these recipes that you're going to find online aren't very specific. They're not designed for businesses. They oftentimes are designed for home use, meaning you might find a recipe and it might say something like use 2 apples and a handful of kale and use a dash of this or a squirt of lemon. It's not very specific. And so for a business, that just doesn't work, because you need to be able to control your costs and also make sure that your drinks are consistent. Okay, now let's say, for example, you do find a recipe that's a bit more specific. It has ounces, it has tablespoon measurements, cup measurements. This is great. But the other issue is it might not fit the size of the drink that you need. In the States, we usually use drinks that are about 16 ounces consistently for all the juices. For the smoothies, you might go 16 ounces, sometimes 20 ounces, give or take. But to find a whole menu that has all of the same sizes and the output for every single recipe might be a challenge. Even if you do find that, what's the next issue? These recipes that you're going to find online are not going to reflect the location of your business. Your menu should be custom built for where you are in the world. If you're in the tropics, you have access to different kinds of ingredients than if you are in the United States, or that if you're in Canada, or if you're in Australia. And I'm speaking to people from all over the world, and so I know this, that based on where you are, you're going to have access to different kinds of things. Now, even if you can get, let's say you're not in the tropics, and you can get mangoes and papayas, and this is true, you can get these things, but the issue is this. They're generally going to be much more expensive, and the quality is going to be much lower. So these are two things that you don't want for your business. You don't want low quality, high cost ingredients in your recipes. But if you're finding free recipes online, this will never be taken into consideration because it's not generally used for a business. These things are used for people in their homes. What's the final reason, and what I would say is probably the most, or one of the most important reasons, is your menu is not a combination of individual ingredients, right? Your menu to the customer may look like that, these individual recipes, but for a business on the back end, everything is interrelated. You have to look and see how many times are you using specific ingredients in the totality of your menu, right? So that you can reduce your spoilage and increase the inventory turnover to promote freshness, right? So these are all the things that you really need to think about and consider, that I have never. It would be almost probably more work for you to find free recipes online that took all of these things into consideration than to just do the work yourself or hire someone else to do it. Now, this topic of menu and developing a menu, I go into much greater detail in the online course. So if you haven't taken the online course, there's a link below. I recommend that you explore that. And I felt called to mention because a lot of people I've never mentioned on this channel, but a lot of people have actually asked me if this is a service that I provide, and it is a service that I provide. I have a team of chefs, and if you want to talk about having us develop your menu, this is something that we can have a conversation about. You can just email me at andrew@StartAJuiceBar.com, and we can see what it will take for us to help you and support you in developing the perfect menu for your business based on where you are and the desires for your clientele are as well. So that's the message for today. I hope I didn't burst anybody's bubble if you guys have been spending all your time using these free recipes, but I did feel like it was important for me to mention because it wouldn't be the best idea for you guys to go down this pathway. So that's all for today. I hope you guys are having a beautiful day. This is Andrew McFarland wishing you guys a lot of success, and I'll see you guys very soon.
If you wanna get